Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing on this January the 31st, 2025. After a long day of traveling back home to the great state of Michigan. We ask you to like, subscribe, comment down below, and support the channel on this snowy evening in the southeastern part of Michigan, right? And if we take a look at what's going on out here, coming home has welcomed me back with some moderate snow and a quick dusting to a half an inch, possibly an inch, after heavy rain all day today, just to welcome me back home out of the snow drought and the death to where snow comes from, central Illinois. And if you want to become, yes, members of Jabroni Killers for an industry cheap $2 or $3.99, just go into the video description below. If you go into my videos and you go into any video, and you see it's the first thing in the video description, become members of Jabroni Killer, support the channel, right? And then you can use my links that I also have there, Robinhood and Coinbase. And there are some free things you get for joining if you want to trade on the sites that I do. And for members of, yes, Jabroni Killers, I dare you, implore you, and beg you to show me a better value of education and information than $3.99 in the crypto sphere to support a channel. And we're going to make this a quick video today because I traveled. So we're going to put it all into one. And if you become members of the Jabroni Killers, one of the big perks you get is when you uh, comment to me or ask me questions, you get easier engagement and interaction with me because I go straight to you guys, members of Jabroni Killers, right here, and I will reply to you in the quickest and most timely fashion that I can, given the work schedule and what else I got going on. But I come straight to you guys and you take top priority, just like we had from Peter Dubai 4941. What's up, Vincenzo? What time's today's update? While I was driving, so a few hours ago, I said hopefully by 7 p.m., about an hour and a half away from the old Vincenzo compound in the great state of Michigan, right? And then if we scroll down, not too many comments last night asking anything, just some support saying we appreciate the content. And of course, all that malarkey is going to come up. So we'll put the do not disturb so none of that happens. We'll look at some Iota for you. Again, Peter, co-creative music. We'll look at some Shiba Inu and Algo. Quorum tonight, the Gate Man 999. We'll look at Quorum before this video is over. And I do appreciate XRP Ripper from Switzerland. We'll look at the coins that you've talked about, and we're going to get right on into that right now. And we're going to first look at the Bitcoin price itself, not just, oh, somebody asked about the Ethereum Bitcoin pairing. We'll look at that tonight too. Tomorrow or later this evening, I'll give you my thoughts on another question about what do I think the tariffs are going to, what effect the tariffs are going to have on us. I do have strong opinions on what I believe tariffs do to economies and what it uh, precedes what's going on. You can see the Bitcoin price if we go into the daily time frame, and this is going to be a pretty long video because I'm just putting everything into one. You can see the Bitcoin price. If we look at the moving averages, the 50-day moving average, which we've got supported on several times from mid to late December and through different parts, beginning and end of January, 92,354 is the 100-day, and the 200-day sitting there at 82,450. And this is what we're looking at still. We're in the same sort of pattern. The one thing we could be looking at is sort of a W or a double bottom after this big pump. We had a nice rounding bottom, came back up to the neckline. Looks like it could be a cup and handle. And if that's what's playing out right here, we'll put that into a smaller scale. If that is a cup and handle right there on the daily time frame, and it's important to note that it's in the daily time frame, what we'd be looking at in a bullish scenario is top, double top, and then the rounding cup down to the bottom to the point of a breakout. And you can see where that gets you to. All the way up there near that $122,468. So that is something that we are watching out for right there. And we're going to go ahead and flip our beautiful arrow upside down back to the correct side, get it near the bottom, bring it to the point of a breakout. And that's where we come up with that $122,000 target. On the flip side, if the bears take over and this is a failed uh, daily time frame cup and handle as the beautiful big snowflakes come down, we're more than likely coming down to that 50-day moving average for the first time since we hit it back here in early October, about October 11th. And that's a very substantial amount of time for a 100-day moving average not to get hit. And you can see the 50-day moving average started to get tagged here in mid-late December, and then it's been tagged several times through January. And now at the end of January, it's getting tagged again as February opens up. February 1st, the depressing time of the year, as the wintertime season starts to wind down, even though we have a lot of activity coming in the next 15 days in this active pattern in the Midwest and Great Lakes, right? So that's what we're looking at there on the Bitcoin price. The Bitcoin um, dominance, you can see the Bitcoin dominance did come down. And you notice it came down in a nice daily candle, its biggest down daily candle in about 2 weeks since we're back here on January the 16th. So about 2 weeks ago. And if you notice that, what happened here today was what I've been talking about. When Bitcoin dominance falls, especially at the beginning, the altcoins will rally, right? And Bitcoin dominance had its biggest daily down candle day in about 2 weeks from wick top the other day to wick low 2%. And some of the altcoins went up 3 to 6%, and random isolated coins went up 10 to 20%, right? So we're going to pay attention now on this back test at 58.61% dominance. Does it get supported and do we start to trade back up? Or is this the end of the couple of week rally from a swing low down here at 54.83 dominance all the way up to the swing double top high right there, or an M topping reversal pattern at 59.9960% Bitcoin dominance? And if we do come and try to retest at 54.83, you'd have a pretty ferocious rally in the altcoin market. Uh, if we look at the XLM, it had a nice rally the last couple of days, bouncing just off of the 200-day moving average. We're back below that 43 cents, so we're in a fight right now to see if we're going to stay short-term bullish or short-term bearish. And you can see we dipped below it back here on January the 24th, and then we had a confirmation right here where we had the big fake out wick on the Sunday, I believe last week, and then we had the quick flush. And ever since then, we've been rallying back to the upside, but we peaked our nose above the resistance, and bam, got shot right in the fucking head. And we got rejected at that critical 43 cents. And now we're starting to trade down back below. And it's going to be very critical. Can we get supported now in the daily time frame as we are above the 50-day moving average that's sitting at 40 cents? We're well above and safely above still the 100-day moving average, which is at about 35 and a quarter cents. No, I still don't want to buy this advertising. Come on now. And the 200-day is sitting there at about 27 cents. So we want to stay above the 100-day moving average, preferably stick above that 50 in the daily time frame, and then try to reestablish ourselves this weekend on a thinly or smaller traded weekend, and try to get above that 43 cents in XLM, or the underneath 35 and 27 100 and 200 moving average will come in. XRP had its nice rally. It's trying to sustain itself because we're still monitoring until one of them breaks and shows its face. Two distinct patterns that we could be in. Let's move this up with the 100-day moving average now at 211, and the 200-day moving average now sneaking its way up to $1.56. And if we do know that we haven't hit the moving averages since just before the election on XRP, which is an extremely long amount of time. And what we could be in, and we're just going to reiterate the two patterns. The XRP, we have a head and shoulders short-term topping out reversal pattern possibly, where you have your left shoulder, your head potentially, your future right shoulder, and your neckline that comes down right there. See that? Nope, that's not the one we want to get rid of. Your neckline down there that we've hit several times, and we're going to doll that back out because we looked at it. You can see neckline 1, neckline 2, neckline 3, and looking for a potential neckline to start to form the right shoulder. And a technical target out of that would be from the top of the head to the neckline to the point of a breakout. and that gets you just south now of the 200-day moving average, and support near the 200-day moving average between about $1.29 and $1.44. But if we can pull a rabbit out of our hat and pull off the gauntlet, we could have this as a miniature bear flag with inside that pattern. And then you have the flag pull, the flag, a down and sideways falling channel to the point of a breakout, and that gets you up to $4, and 68 cents. And that's something that we're going to pay attention to. AMP we'll talk about tomorrow. H bar we'll talk about tomorrow. Algo for my beautiful jabroni killer members. You can see right now we are still holding our support on the 50-day moving average at about 37 cents right now. And the 33 cents is the 100-day, and the 200 days at 27 cents. But the last couple of days, and then we'll zoom in on here at the hour time frame, we've got supported on this critical support level, which is sitting there on the top part of this red trading zone, trading box, because if you get down in there, that'll start acting as bearish action. But if you can stay above it, it can act as support. And you can see we've had a couple support hits right there and near in the daily time frame 50-day moving average at 37 cents. If we can hold this and or the 200-day moving average at 33 cents in the daily time frame, hold this area, we can try to make a run back up to that 53 cents or the bottom part of that green resistance box. But if we start to break down and we slip and fail with something like this and then get rejected by the top part of that red zone, we're going to come down to the 200-day moving average at about 21 cents. If we continue to scroll through, Dash, I don't know if anybody's asked about Dash, XRP Healthcare, Solana, DGB. We're still sitting in the same area in DGB. We're sitting on the 200-day moving average right now. And the 100-day is now started to trend down, and they're converging on each other. The 50 is trended down for the last several days. We're going to have to zoom in a little bit closer. The last several days, and it's just above the 100-day. One's at 0.0116, one's at 0.01104, and the 200-day is running parallel point, just about a penny, just above a penny, and they're converging on itself. So that to me means there's going to be a big breakout here soon. And the big breakout could potentially be, let's get rid of that and then get rid of that, could potentially be a short-term head and shoulders topping out reversal pattern. And what we're identifying in the daily time frame as you would be top of the head, little right shoulder, head, left shoulder, and then this would be your neckline right there, support neckline, the 31st of December support neckline, the 12th of January support neckline sitting on the support, which is just above the 200-day moving average to the neckline from the top of the head to the point of a breakout, and that's what gets you near that 0.00601. So that's what we're watching out for there. Quant, we had a nice pump in quant today, the last 2 days, especially today. And if you look at where we pumped from, nope, still don't want to buy you. Move that over. If we looked at where we pumped from, we fell straight down into this red trading zone and bounced off the 200-day moving average in the daily time frame at 96 and change. And if we go to the hour time frame, you can see that beautiful hit there, couple of hits and support. And now we're sitting and pumped above the 50-day moving average in red at 109.58, and we're trying to hold that as support. And if we do, we can come and run up to the 123 level. But if we fail that, you're going to get rejected and have to try to double bottom at the 200-day moving average. Iota had a little miniature double top there and what looks like an M, because an M topping reversal pattern is a double top neckline. Targeted move would bring you back down here to the 200-day in the daily time frame on Iota. And if we go to the daily time frame, you can see the 200 or the 100-day moving average. I stand corrected. And it's getting rejected off of the 50-day moving average in the daily. So that's what we're looking at there. Maybe potential retest of the 100-day moving average in blue at 28 cents. Velo is trying to get supported on the 200-day moving average, and it's sitting in between the 50 at 0.02359 and 0.019, just below 2 cents, the 200-day moving average in green there. And you want to hold that 200-day and try to pump and get above the 50 in the daily and make a run back up here at major upper resistance in this rising wedge. that we've been in for quite some time, a couple of years now, matter of fact, or we're going to get rejected and come on down like we talked about yesterday to the bottom part of support at about 0.014, 1.5 cents, just below 1.5 cents in Velo. DIA, it got supported on this falling channel, and we don't know if it's a head and shoulders topping out reversal pattern in red there, right? It looks like it could be, but it also has a falling channel that it's in too, and it got supported right there on the upper lower support on this falling channel down there, just about where the 200-day moving average is in not the 200-day, the top part of that red trading zone. And if it is a head and shoulders in red, your targeted move would be right here in red, right down there at 38 cents. But if it plays out like a bull flag, where you have your flag pole right here, and then your flag top, and then your pole or your flag pole here, and then your flag is this falling channel or wedge structure, you could pump up to potentially $3.25. Like, subscribe, and share. I'll try to make another video later on today, and I'll get right back into our normal altcoin video and then our normal high cap coins. We'll look at the Ethereum BTC pairing for one of my subscribers. Bear with me. Today was a long travel day. Peace and love.